Hey! This is part 2 of my scary stories video, if you didn't notice by the pumpkin and, I don't know, maybe the title. But if you haven't seen part 1, then you can click the box right here and it will take you to that video where I tell you a little bit about the house and I begin telling you some stories. Other than that, let's jump right in. My best friend was over one night and it was really late at night. It was probably 3 a.m. in the morning, and we decided that we wanted a pickle. And while I was rummaging through the refrigerator looking for some pickles, I heard her like gasp. It wasn't like a but it was just kind of like, so I turned around and she was completely like frozen and just looked like she had just seen a ghost. And so I asked her, I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "I'll tell you later." And I was like, "Well, what's wrong? Are you okay?" And she was like, no, I will tell you later." So we got our pickles and we went back into my bedroom, and I asked her, as soon as I closed my door, I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "I saw a counter-height black mass dart into your sister's room." Now if you've seen part 1 of this, then you will know that someone died in my sister's room, which makes that very interesting. But she said that it was just this like black mass dart into my sister's room, and she said that she thinks the cat saw it too, because you know when cats get scared and they do that jump thing? She said the cat did that like right as she noticed it. So that's scary. One night, obviously it happens at night, I was in the kitchen and we had some guests over because it was actually New Year's Eve. So we had some guests over, so there was a whole bunch of cups on the counter, and I was at the sink washing my hands, so I had my back to the doorway, which is where my friend saw the thing run into my sister's room, because my sister's room was right next to the kitchen. So I had my back to all of that, and I heard kind of like a rattling noise, like you know when a cup is about to fall over but it catches itself, so it kind of like wobbles back and forth for a second and then it stops. Well, that's what I heard. So I turned around and I saw a cup like moving, like it was like rocking back and forth. I saw the cup rocking back and forth, and then I saw a counter-height black mass thing dart into my sister's room, which is exactly what my friend saw. So the next thing that I'm going to tell you is something that my mom experienced, and she said that it actually happened quite a few times, and it happened during the day. She said that she would be home alone during the day because the rest of us would either be at school or work, so she would just be at home, and she would hear a man's voice coming from the end of the hallway where my bedroom was. And this goes with the story that I told you in part 1 where I heard footsteps in the hallway, because when I heard those footsteps in the hallway, like I said in part 1, they would stop right in front of my bedroom door. Well, she heard a man's voice coming from right in front of my bedroom door at the end of the hallway. Spooky. Really spooky. The very last story that I'm going to tell you isn't really a story, it's just something that happened a lot, and you can take this however you want to take it, because I know some people think that this is just BS and they don't think it's real, but I am a firm believer that animals can see spirits and ghosts as well as humans. And when we lived in this house, we had 2 dogs and we had 2 cats, and multiple times would our animals just start freaking out. I mean, like, our cats would walk by a window and they would just look out the window and get scared, and our dogs would like run over to the window and start barking, and it mostly happened at night when there was just pitch black out there, which is kind of creepy. And they would just run up to the window and start barking, and our cats would just be walking along, and then they would stop and act like they saw something and then freak out and run away. And it was just, that happened too often for it just to be like, oh, they're animals, they're probably just messing around or something. It happened too often, and it was the same thing each time it happened. So it was just, It was weird. That is it for the stories that I have for you. If you did enjoy these videos, then please be sure to give them thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, you can do that by hitting that subscribe button, because you know you wanna. And if for some reason you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, those links are down in the description. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, my friends, goodbye. Oh, if you celebrate Halloween, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween and you get lots of candy and you don't get attacked by anything or anyone. Okay, bye!